want to hear very much feedback. Like, you have things to say, and they have a reason for why that is, and they don't really want to like move beyond that. I think that's the hardest thing.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Phil.
Hey, everybody out there, say hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, everyone. I'm so sorry you have to deal with us.
That guy right there, he doesn't like you.
I can't see who it is. It's your hand.
Okay, back. How's
Frozen. Can you hear me?
So people, when we do like a podcast, all these lulls that are happening right now, AI edits all of them out. So what you listen to is like, it sounds pretty seamless most of the time, like, you know, good sort of. But it won't hit a complete wall regularly. There's nothing there.
But I always wear a three-piece suit when we have our recording sessions.
Not true.
No, I would say out of the three of us, you most frequently wear a Beyond ArtLess t-shirt. I think
That's true. That's true.
Wearing the t-shirt.
It's what I put on when I don't care.
Peter.
Hi, Paul. I'm so glad you're there. I'm sorry I can't be there.
Well, I'm glad you can at least visit with it. I actually have a question for you.
We have about 5 minutes left, so make it quick.
Peter, you know my son Daniel,
Okay.
right? You know Daniel, yes?
Yes.
Well, that was my question. No, just kidding. Daniel sent me a text the other day that had you wearing a sparkly crown in a vehicle. What was this? And how does he have this? What's happening?
Well, first of all, I don't know how he has that, but we're on tour, and, you know, I'm the center of all jokes, and so they all have a camera in their hand, and I believe they had a tiara on my seat, and I was supposed to wear it, and then I put it on, so it must be Becca or somebody that has sent him internal-only photos, which are now going to be shared with everyone. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. That's not even AI. You can't make that up.
It's a really nice picture.
How about a tour update, Peter? What do you got?
We're in Montana. It's great. Actually, I'm in a TV studio in Billings, Montana. Like, look, there's the fancy things. And we're in Billings. Spent the morning with 3 different high schools and getting ready for a concert tonight. We've had, I don't know, a lot of concerts. I don't remember. We're on day 7. So we're all getting a bit tired, but we sound great. It's pretty fun putting all these smart kids into just making music nonstop for day after day. They really just kind of lock in. So that's where we're at, and we're home in 3 days. What could go wrong? Like this podcast. What could go wrong?
No, I think it's great. We're half an hour in. We just started. So I think
that's right.
It's going absolutely quite well.
I think they're happy too, by the way.
There are people that are smiling. There are also people super confused. So this is basically like a normal podcast recording.
Yeah, that's right.
Great words.
Can you see all of my comments on the sides if I type them?
No. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Exactly right. You got a question for Paul, Peter?
Do I have a question for Paul? Sure.
Yeah.
I can come up with a question for Paul. Paul, can you share with me your funniest teaching story? Or have we already covered these?
My funniest teaching story. Well, I'll share a story that was my student teaching experience. I had my first concert ever, right? And of course, you know, nervous and all of the things. And I was conducting whatever, I don't know, 7th grade band or whatever. And while I was conducting, I hit my baton into my left hand. And my baton literally like flew straight up into the air. And being the very athletic person that I am, I tried to catch it, and I
Oh no.
hit the baton, and it literally went like flying straight backwards into the audience. And yeah, we did finish the song, but it was touch and go.
That's a good one.
You haven't had any tour calamities yet, out of Montana.
Nope, I've stayed on the podium. Nothing. I can't think of anything yet. Nope. No one's been in the hospital. We're good. We're good.
That's good. But I think it's a good time to retell that story. So let's hear it.
Nope. Not a good time.
Okay. Well, I'll take over. That's great. Good. While I was out on tour, was this last year?
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks for the timing. I appreciate it. Because, and no, you can't tell an embarrassing story about me after this, but you're welcome. Peter was, and there is video evidence if you haven't seen it. Chris, can we get that on the website possibly? Good.
I got it here. I'll find it.
Peter were you just finishing a tune?
No, we hadn't started playing at all. Minnetonka High School had opened and they played like 30 minutes and they were playing the state conference or something. So, and I ran up on the podium and I usually just conduct, but because we were doing a tiny amount of our repertoire, I was starting with the senior soloist. And so I got up on the podium and realized, I got to tell the kids, I got to talk to the audience about the soloist. So then I turned around and tried to get down, but put one foot on the step and then moved the other foot, but this foot wasn't really on the step. And then with the big fancy slidey shoes, no feet were on the steps. And I was flailing towards the edge of the stage. And things continued from there.
Serious.
Can you get it?
Heard. And it was impressive. It did look like, basically you needed an Olympic scoring on the way you landed that particular fall into the pit.
I did a nice job on that, but I stuck the landing.
Okay.
He's very shy about sharing this story. I'm sure he didn't like saying this at all. He's so shy that when this happened, I saw Peter at the Minnesota State Music Conference, and the very first thing he did is like, "Did you see the video yet?" And I was like, "What video?" I was like, "You gotta watch this." And he showed me the video, and I swear he probably played it about 8 times, including a slow-mo version of him falling off the stage. And he said,
I mean, it's very funny. It is totally embarrassing. Absolutely.
So the next thing we're going to do is brought to you by the good folks at Con Summer, who have sponsored today's event, believe it or not.
Round of applause for Con Summer. Here we go. Clap for Con Summer. Con Summer.
Today's speed round is sponsored by Con Summer. Did you know that?
That's fun. Oh, you got
So-
a speed run.
Yeah, good luck, Paul. Ready?
I do have a speed round prepared for you. So
No.
I
Oh, that's okay.
warned Chris that I'm taking over tonight. And question number 1.
I could see
Do you
this
see
excited.
the horror on Phil's face right now? This is the best moment in my
Is it just
entire
Chris I
life.
can answer to?
Yes, this is amazing. Okay, so question number 1.
Chris?
A hobby outside of music that grounds you.
Slow running. Sometimes
It's called walking.
Go out running.
Is it like slow jam running? Is it that kind of thing?
No, but it was funny. I was on the trail in Mountain Bay Trail, right? Shout out Howard Swampo area. And these high school kids came running by on the trail, and they're like just fast, right? It made me mad. Made me go back to my origins of like I could run fast and I just ran with them. I was just like going. And then we were maybe, I don't know, 20 feet.
Is it drone footage?
Yeah, it was 20. No, but then they turned around and looked at me. I'm like, and they're like, "Oh, he's trying." It was kind of nice. It was a nice moment. Anyway, that's my hobby.
Yep.
You?
Medium running.
I've expected nothing less. You've got the next question. Peter.
Out in nature with my dog.
Whatever.
No running.
Medium out with nature with my dog. Okay, funniest thing that you've said or done in a rehearsal. Phil, you're first.
Should we do the Schwamigan story?
I am loving every second of this.
This Schwamigan story is pretty good. Schwamigan story is pretty good. If I haven't spent time with you in a classroom or a private lesson, my teaching philosophy
You're lucky.
is varied, diverse, not grounded in any sense of reality. I tend to throw something up on the wall and hope it sticks. And so this was one of the first. Was it one of the first Beyond the Notes festivals? And the Schwamigan band is lovely, and their teacher is even lovelier. And they're the most respectful students and teacher you would ever imagine. And so the New Yorker in me, where I'm from, wanted to take advantage of these people in every possible way and make them uncomfortable and,
Kind of like I'm doing right now.
break their will somehow. And so I warned them what I was like. I was from New York. I was a little short on patience at times. With the New York taxi cab driver, sometimes could be rather, forward about, asking what I wanted. And I said, knowing that, are you comfortable experimenting with me experimenting with you a little bit? And they were all like, oh. And then I saw this like slow nod, and it started to increase. They were getting super excited for something, whatever was going to happen. I said, all right, no matter what happens, I just need you to keep playing. All right, can you promise me that? And all of they agreed. And so I got behind the trombone section, and I said, all right, just start at number 41. And you promised. You said, no matter what happens, you will keep playing. And so I counted them off, and I brought them, and they started playing. And then from behind them, I'm just, hello! More air! Hello! They keep playing, keep going. More air! Louder! This goes on for at least 30 seconds. And then I got done, and said, and the kids are shaking. They're all a little bit nervous, and you can see this happening. I'm like, that was really good, trombones. Nice job. Who would like to go next? Every hand went up. Immediately, I want to go. And the horn section went in, and I yelled at all. It was great.
The part you don't know, so back on the table, we're back 30 feet. My dad was doing the audio comments, and he was still talking into the so, hey, great job, and now I hear you, whoa! And he stops, and it's still recording. He's like, look, Dad's
That was a better caw than he did before, right? That was
it was great. But then I had to go back and edit that part out. What the hell? You can't say the mic's on, so it's good.
Is anybody out there? Was there anybody there for that? Anybody here there for that particular clinic? Oh, that's a good one.
That's good. Peter.
I don't know. I've done a lot of stupid things and funny things in rehearsal. Today I just started growling at the students and barking, and then they sounded better. So that's kind of normal.
Some of the best advice ever right there.
Paul.
You'd like another question? Oh, sure, absolutely. Here's a question for you. Who is the most likely to prepare?
Hijack the podcast?
Who is the most likely of the three of you to prepare questions in advance for your guests?
Not me. I would say
Phil.
Phil's got a good heart. He wants to do well.
Phil, look at you go.
That's what works out. That's what
He
works
wants
out.
to do well.
The intent is there. Follow through. Not so.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it.
Phil wins. Of the other two, then, Phil.
Do I get points? Is there a prize?
You get a free T-shirt.
You get to pay for the shipping. I do the least of anything, so it's all Chris on that. Yeah.
Oh, what was the
Just
question?
use AI.
What was the question?
Well, I don't know who comes on, right? So when they're talking, I'm there like, okay, yeah, what would be 5 for the intelligent questions to ask this person? No, that one's gone. No, that's crap. I'll just forget it.
No.
So there's a link?
No, I usually can come up with a question, but Chris does the most work for the podcast in terms of production. And it actually was one of the questions I had for today is that, basically, are there anything new developments on the production side of Beyond ArtLess that we can expect in the future?
Yeah, we're going to try to make it better. That's the first thing. And then, no, the segments have been a new thing. So, bringing new people in. So, Paul Kyle does his band Buzzler. We got a new one coming. Knudsen from Carpentersville, Illinois. He's got a new one where he's actually going to ask a pedagogical question like a serious pedagogical question that we can banter around for a bit.
Are you expecting us to know what to say about that?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And then I'll make fun of you when you say the wrong thing. And then, yeah, so that's been good. But I mean, I think it's just been trying to find as varied, eclectic kind of folks to bring on to have good conversations.
What's the story on sponsorship of the podcast? Anything?
Sponsorship. We have a sponsor. Woo! 1, 2 actually.
Con Summer
has agreed to sponsor us. This is the part we had.
Nathan Waller.
Yes, Nathan Waller. Builds podiums. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. So the first one went to yours Copper School, but the other one went to the Ohio State University. So that's not bad for the first 2 podiums. That's good.
And we have the third one now, so now we have 2 of them. We're using it on tour. It's amazing. It's amazing.
So they're the cup holders. I mean, it's nice. You're going to like these podiums. They're very good. Phil?
Wait, here it is. I'm falling. Here's me falling. There it is.
And as you hear the crowd like, oh.
Show again.
One more time. Do you have the slow-mo?
We need a louder audible reaction.
No slow-mo, but I can turn the volume on.
No, that's an entrance.
All right, here we go.
Man, you haven't gotten applause like that in your career. Not once.
He was so excited.
I went for the mic stand because I thought it was going to hold me, but it turns out they're not very heavy. And I had like one more foot to put down, but my students had taped all of the speaker and mic cords right on the edge of the stage. And I just yelled at them for stepping on the mic cords. So I figured I better just jump.
Okay, we have 2 more questions in the speed round.
Pick one. Thanks.
2.
1.
So there's 2.
1.
Still got time left. Okay.
You hope it gets over?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll give you the easy one first. Shostakovich or Mahler?
Let's go with you.
Shostakovich.
Is this thinking time? What's going on?
No, but I'm going to be ridiculed for disagreeing with my good friends.
It's okay. You can be wrong. We already know.
No, but I don't understand.
Shosky said it.
There should be a reason for why you guys always say Shostakovich.
Wow.
And it should not be the last movement of Shosty 5, which is great. Why Shostakovich?
So for me, Shostakovich is post-Mahler and has all the Mahler, all the post-romanticism, but I find there to be much more craft beyond manipulation of motives and harmony in Shostakovich music. And it's so intriguing that...
Thanks, Mahler.
Interestingly, before this started, there was somebody talking to me and they said, I feel like you need a 4th person on this show because everybody's mean to Phil and he needs somebody to support him. So,
First of all, Phil is not a baby. This guy is a trombone player, which means we've all received years of his trombone-ness in our lives. It's just our way to give back.
It's kind of therapy, dog. It's fine.
before Phil starts to talk, one last question. What is the best piece of advice you've received from a guest after the show?
Stop doing the show.
Does someone really say that?
I mean,
You're like, well, you might want to read it. Yeah, it was your dad. He's like, you really should think about this.
and that was good because it was early, and he was absolutely right. And we were just kind of, dicking around for a while there, and then we're like, I suppose we should ask a good question too. So that was nice. I liked it.
Best piece of advice that we've been given. I think we've had a number of, and many of you are in this classroom, in the ballroom right now. We've had a lot of young teachers on the show, but I can't remember which one we got off. And they were like, "You should just have more people like me on." And so that's been one of our missions for this season and ensuing seasons, just to have more of you young teachers on the podcast, so that you know that you are not alone. That's sort of one of our messages that we're trying to pass on.
I'd like to add.
Yeah.
I'd like to add, if you could tell those two jackasses ideas about who we should have on, that will help us a lot. Or text me.
Okay, let's go to the crowd. Here we go. Let's ask some questions of the people. Can I do that? It says
You can give it to Mira, and you can come share a microphone with Paul. Oh. Give the microphone to Mira. Oh yeah, look at this. This is great. This is what we hope for. Otherwise, we're going to start talking about drones.
Hi, so I've given Chris some really great merch ideas, and none of them have surfaced yet. So I'm just really wondering. Oh, hey, it's Katie Pahoda. So good to see you. Where are we on all these new merch ideas?
We haven't received any of them from Chris because he doesn't talk to us.
Okay, so let me pitch my merch ideas. So the first one is a shirt that says, "You're not Chris Gleason, and that's okay." And you can take that in whatever context you want, like, "Oh, I'll never be as good as Chris Gleason," or "I'm not going to be as crazy as Chris Gleason." You didn't
I like that one.
Right?
I did hear that one, but I heard it from you, not from him.
Yeah, and I texted him and told him to tell you, and he never did.
Because I showed it to my wife,
No.
and she said no. She said that ain't true.
So then my next idea is, just a couple years ago, I was a high school student in the UW Eau Claire Honor Band. And the guest soloist...
3 years ago?
Just 3 years ago. And the guest soloist was, I believe, Dr. Phil Ostrander, playing Morceau Symphonique. And so I want a shirt that says, "I survived the 2003 UW Eau Claire Honor Band." I think that was the year.
You weren't the only one.
Yeah, that was like my second honor band of my life. I was so bad at that.
Yeah, I would like that as a shirt, please.
That merch I think is logistical and appropriate.
Yeah, write that down.
I survived.
Take notes. Take notes.
Has that one, Chris, has the one where we actually played that released yet, or is that one still in the can?
That's a technical term. So when he says that in the can, that's kind of like podcast. Just kidding. Yeah.
We haven't released it yet, Peter.
No.
Okay. It's coming, Katie. It's coming.
I cannot wait. I can't wait.
It's this week.
You'll be vindicated. You'll be vindicated.
And then please just take my merch ideas and run with them.
Got it. Okay. Good. Take the microphone right now.
That's it. Oh, here we go.
Who's helping?
Mira's helping. Mira's walking the mic around. Everybody say thank you, Mira.
Totally unrelated to music education, but what's your go-to karaoke song?
Paul?
It's gotta be Greatest American Hero.
New York, New York.
Stairway to Heaven.
Peter?
Queen. Bohemian Rhapsody.
The Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, all right. Good. There you go. Excellent. That was a question in the back there. I saw it. Someone was lurking with a question. Okay. Hey, so are you? And you're out in Montana. Are you playing at schools? Or are you doing like a hunting convention, or what's the band playing?
We are playing, though somebody came to the concert that had just gotten an elk the other day and decided to show me a picture. That was wonderful. We're playing a lot of stuff. Stephen Montague's Entrada, 1631, the Grandal Trombone Concerto. We're playing Dan Forrest's Shalom. We're playing Molly on the Shore. We're playing The Frozen Cathedral by Mackey. We're playing...
I love it here. It is so great.
I hate you, Christopher. Nicole Puno, safely rest.
All right, I got a question.
Into the microphone, can we get your best caca?
Caca! Caca!
Look at Peter.
Not loud
No.
enough.
Caca.
Can we get a collective caca from the table?
Here we go. Come on, Peter.
This is a great
Ready.
use of time here at the conference.
I can't believe we're doing this, but we've done worse.
1, 2, 3.
Caca.
Why do you?
Doesn't work. Right back to the pandemic. All together.
We got time for one or two more, and that's it. Yes.
What is one piece of advice you would go back and give yourself when you were in your undergrad?
Connect the dots. Meaning, like, when you're in that theory class, it's so easy just to say, I just need to get through this, to check the box, to get the stuff I like, but you really don't
That's right.
realize how incredibly important all of that is. I mean, just like with the standard stuff. I mean, you look at it and you're like, okay, Horseman, who cares? You know what I mean? 1830, whatever. But then you look at the state and the system that we're in, and it's like, oh, nation at risk. I mean, all these things that you get taught, but it's kind of like, whatever. So it's relevance, tying everything to relevance. And not waiting for someone to do that for you. Do it yourself, be curious, figure it out, make connections, make it important.
For me, I would say I had really good training to be a music teacher, and realizing and reinforcing more often that it's about the students, and the music is the vehicle that you're teaching them. There's just so much, we do so much of that naturally, but also we have to be purposeful about making sure that it's the students that are at the center of all of the decisions that we make and all that we do.
This will come as a surprise to no one, but my close family, who loves me dearly, called me at times, regularly actually, a bit of a musical snob and a little bit of a smart aleck, which is probably still true. So my version of what Chris is talking about, which was curiosity, should have been broader earlier. And as soon as I got to college, it should have been my mission to learn as much about as many different types of music as I possibly could immediately. But instead it was like, oh, I'm gonna get into my little narrow swath, even more, which was great. I became a really good bebop player. That was something that was important to me at the time. But I wish I had learned more about all different kinds of music as exhaustively as I did for that one particular avenue. Peter?
I would say nobody cares about your grades as long as you're like passing and keep your scholarships. What you should be doing is pushing yourself in ways you're uncomfortable. Should spend more time on bassoon and clarinet, and I should have been more in the things I wasn't good at, because there's a safety net at your undergrad where you can explore and learn and then take that experience forward. And I didn't do that. I just stayed pretty safe. And then when I was out teaching, I should have been easier on myself when I started. Just give myself some grace to learn.
Peter, thanks for being here and while you're out in Montana. We're grateful that you made it and spent some time with us. Thank you.
Glad Chris finally figured out what to do.
Shut him down.
We're also super grateful that you listened to this podcast. Thank you, Miriam. We don't get a chance to see you all that often in person, and sometimes this is our way of reaching out to you, if that makes sense. We treasure all the relationships that we have that we know you from, whether it's being a former student or colleague or whatever. That this podcast is, in some ways, our love letter to all of you. Just our way of just knowing that we're thinking of you all the time, and that when you reach out back to us, it's super meaningful. So any type of correspondence you have, you can put into the Beyond the Notes website, right? The contact section.
Absolutely.
BTN. What is it? What's the email address?
Dear Lord.
So this is exciting. Can I use this moment? Is this good? Is that right?
This is it. We're wrapping up.
This is it? Okay. Beyond the Notes is doing some new things. Number one, we have a website, a new website. It's going to have some art stuff on it, but it's going to give information about the next version of the Rising Music Educators Project. So the concept is this. We started last year. We invited 55 music education majors, kind of focusing on band, and also folks in their first 5 years to come to the festival to watch great teachers working with these like for real middle school students, right? And sit in their kind of seat for a moment and say, okay, here's what I'm hearing. This is what I would work on. And then you watch them do it. And I've done that for 17 years. And honestly, I've gotten a lot better because I've watched Peter Haberman do 3 different things that I didn't even think of. And I'm like, oh, and then pick up the strategies. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I mean, now every time I work with a band, I get behind the trombone section, I yell blow. You know, that's what
It's every time.
So look at him. See, I can crack him up. Okay, anyway, so the benefit is that this year now on Friday, we're going to do the same sort of thing, but we added a day. On Saturday, we're going to do an instrument technique focused day where you're going to bring every one of those instruments. And so flute, Erin Cole from Conn-Selmer. Erin taught at Tapp Middle School, Cobb County. She brought her band to Midwest twice. She commissioned, this one called Great Locomotive Chase. She did Ascend by Sam Hazo. I think she did also To Kelly's Simple Gifts. Anyway, she's a brilliant educator, now works at Conn-Selmer, and a wonderful flute teacher. She's going to show, this is how I start flute players. And you're going to have a flute, and you're going to play flute right with her. Then you can go to clarinet. Clarinet, who do I have? I have Maxwell, who is Rachel Maxwell's husband, who does it in Illinois, done it for 25 years, teaching all of her beginner clarinet players and saxophones. And then for all the instruments, John Shipper's doing trumpet. Adam Beaver doing trombone, right? I mean, like right down the line, tried to find the best of the best who know their instrument, but here's the real important part, but they know how to teach it directly to those middle school students because they've done it for a while. You know what I mean? So there's that kind of piece of it also. So you get a chance to come and actually do that. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Rachel Maxwell did a session at Midwest last year called Developing the Young Band Sound. Brilliant. And you listen to her groups, and it's not like she's in a place where all her kids take private lessons. It's, you know what I mean? There are kids from a vast, diverse population, kids that don't have instruments, all that kind of stuff. And she gets them to sound like a really quality ensemble. And it's because she's really intentional about the way she does foundational, fundamental kind of things. Those minutes that we tend to throw away, she has figured out how to really hone in on that. So she's an expert. So the folks that come, you'll be on your secondary instruments, pick one of those that you're not great at, and she's going to work on you. And then right after that, this guy, I'm going to launch his career. His name's Craig Kirchhoff. That's right. Craig Kirchhoff is going to come, you're going to be on your real instrument, and then Craig's going to work on shaping phrases and how to make things musical. So and it's open to everybody actually on Saturday. So if you're a veteran teacher, come. If you're a brand new teacher, great. So Saturday is open to everybody. Friday for those young teachers getting started. Choir, we've added choir this year too. So we're going to do the Rising Music Educator Project with choir, and then we'll add orchestra as well once we have the capacity and so on. So we're trying to give you stuff that you can use and stuff that's going to make a difference immediately the next day. Very different from this podcast. Commercial over.
Useful.
Thanks. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming to this. That was your choice. And but we do appreciate any feedback and throw things our way, but we'll keep doing it, and we'll keep trying to bring out good things that are worth your time. Thank you, Cheryl. All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody.
All right, buddy. Oh. Hey? Huh? You like that, don't you? Right? Okay. Focus. All right, I'll stop it. Focus. Then.